Hi everyone. I haven't vlogged in so long I almost forgot why I have not vlogged. I have been in the not so happy, fourth stage of the grief process, which is depression. And I laugh, that's so weird. Yeah, for anyone who's gone through the grief process, there's five stages of the grief process, one of which is anger, which I actually miss those days of anger. I liked me when I was angry. I liked me when I was angry because I didn't put up with crap because I was just angry all the time. And a lot's happened since last I vlogged, I think, just time-wise. I feel like I vlogged right before Thanksgiving. I don't even remember. It's been so long. But where I am right now, if I round up a little bit, I'm a little bit before 4 months post-surgery, which is a weird time in that whole thing. But what I'll talk about with the stages of grief are, yes, I went through my angry phase, and that was kind of enjoyable because that's not usually how I am. Kind of gave me the permission to just be how I needed to be at the time. And yeah, anyway, my birthday was last week. I turned 50. And I guess that brought up the anger and the depression a little bit more. Not because I'm turning 50. I don't mind actually turning 50. My 40s were a time of great change. Some good and some not so good, but definitely life-altering for me. I feel like I did talk about that, but my 40s were exploration, divorce, move out of your house, move into an apartment, kids growing up so much into like adult humans, love lost, online dating apps, oh my God, which I'm so glad I deleted them all. Anyway, so I'm very happy to move into whatever the newness is of being 50 as an age. But those of you that are watching real time, it's 2021. The COVID thing is really putting a damper on a lot of it, and is, I think, adding to the depression phase of my grief with not so much even having cancer. It's really the grief over my body and the process of what happens after you have surgery, which you think after things would be hunky-dory and happy, not knowing that you're on medication. And I start my Zometa infusions this week and all this other stuff. And COVID is just putting a halt onto so much stuff. I should be on Long Island at my cousin's baby shower right now. And I really, 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 really wanted to go. There's been so many deaths in my family, so many people I was close to that have passed really in the past 2 years. It's really, really hard. And now we have birth and something exciting coming into my family. And the timing of it is, I have my first Zometa infusion on Wednesday, and I have my Lupron injection on Wednesday, and that has to be timed out. And if I, go to a different state and I'm around all these different people and then get sick and things have to get pushed back, it messes with everything. And I hate that with COVID, that's a thing that you have to just watch your timing and who you're around and whatever. And I wanted to have this big surprise party for my 50th birthday, and with COVID and other stuff, that's just not a reality, and it kind of sucks. It sucks. It doesn't kind of suck, it sucks. It sucks. But referring back to my everyone needs a friend like Laura, and I have a lot of friends that have really stepped up. And that's my turn. That's my turning point with 50, is that I need to leave the negativity back in my 40s and take the goodness and the positivity, and that's what I need to hold on to for 50s. Maybe that's the big lesson. But, So I got a box of gifts. I haven't even finished opening them all, and from my friend Laura. And I mean, yes, she sent these. It's the holidays. It's like it's mid-December right now. So she sent me these lights, necklace, and then these earrings, which, by the way, check that out. They blink. Not just one pattern, but wait, 3. She got me these, and I'm like forcing myself to be cheery, or at least not so crabby by wearing this. But she also sent this, which is, I laughed because I'm like, this is so appropriate just for the packaging. I mean, yes, it will be great to actually use them, but for the packaging, anger management in a jar, the 3rd stage of grief in a jar. Anger, F-bombs, each bath fizzer contains a calming message. Well, how would it contain a message? Is it like a fortune cookie kind of thing? I don't know. I'll have to find out. I don't know. But it's just hysterical that I love to throw. You know, I've been throwing F-bombs on here, but I'd love to throw even more F-bombs. And the main thing to talk about today, too, is I was on a church service. I can't remember if I already said that. This morning through Zoom, because the numbers are going up right now for COVID, so can't be in person. That's not even just me. Like the church is not letting as many people in because there's a surge again for COVID. And one of the things that the minister talked about today was the quote, that comparison is the thief of joy. And that's so ridiculously accurate. And I don't compare, well, once in a while, but I don't. Oh, who am I kidding? I do compare myself to other people. Like, you know, yes, I'd like my old house back, and not that house, just the idea of like having a house and, you know, all the Norman Rockwell-y things that come along with it. You know, there's certain things of my former life that I miss and compare myself to. And then with the breast cancer journey, there's the comparison of your old self and your old body and your old you with the you that you have now. So like the you that I have now is like, you know, I drink 2 cups of coffee every morning. But that's tasty. And the comparison of, you know, of like diet and what my body used to look like, and you know, I compare, like thinking about my old boobs and thinking about these, and it's a lot, and that's part of the grieving process too, is grieving. For me, I think it's almost like the biggest thing is grieving your old body that you don't have anymore. And I don't mean the cancer-ridden body. The weird thing is I was looking at pictures on my phone, like the geniuses at Apple, you know, they put together your pictures in a certain order and group them together, whatever, to this catchy little tune. And it was Stevie Nicks this morning. And it was showing me these pictures like throughout the year of like between 2020 and 2021. And before I found out about all this stuff, it's like I didn't even know that I had cancer in my body. And I'm playing tennis and I'm kayaking and I'm doing all these things. I drove up to, my arm. I drove to Mount Washington with my kids and like all these things that I did, not letting COVID stop me, but being responsible. And I had cancer the whole time and I didn't know it. And, you know, they say like cancer doesn't hurt. Not all cancers, I guess, but like for me, cancer didn't hurt. I didn't know that I had cancer. My body knew. My body was doing other things. But I, you know, yes, I had the kidney stone. Yes, I got COVID, whatever. And I think part of those are because my body was just fighting this and I didn't even know it. And now this is like out, which is good. Obviously. Sorry, I feel like I'm still so socially awkward. Like I don't know how to be with people. It's just strange. And that's partly because of the pandemic. Yeah, like before when I didn't know that I had cancer, things didn't hurt. And I feel like it should hurt when you have cancer. And then when the tumors are out and you're cancer free, it shouldn't hurt anymore. And it's almost like the opposite, at least with breast cancer in my process. You know, I didn't know I wasn't in pain before. Like the kidney stone, like, yeah, that hurt for like periods of time, but it didn't really stop me from doing stuff. It just changed my, diet, which was probably good because I got in great shape because I had to watch what I was eating and stuff. But now it's like, like I shouldn't be in pain. I don't think I should be in pain 4 months out of my mastectomy. And the reality is, like, I wake up in the morning and, like, depending on what day it is, today's a day where, like, I don't want to wear a bra because it feels so much better not to. But as I'm talking, I have sweat marks on my shirt because I'm having a little bit of a hot flash, which for me have been lasting for a while. I did, by the way, change because I wasn't sleeping, and I think I talked about that last time. I wasn't sleeping well because I was waking up like every 2 hours with hot flashes. And while they seem like, oh, you have a hot flash, for me, the hot flashes were like I'd wake up every 2 hours at night and my face would feel like it was like I had 105-degree fever. And the sweating, like, I don't care so much about in the middle of the night, like, whatever. I could just, change my top, or who cares, just do more laundry. But the feeling of just burning up, and then just like having to wait and eventually just go back to sleep. So I reached out to my oncologist, and I take my tamoxifen now after dinner instead of in the morning. I take it after dinner, so it's not, I'm on a full stomach. It's not always the exact same time like it was during the day. But I'm able to sleep better now, which is huge. Like, sleep is so key. So yeah, good tidbit, I guess. I heard that a lot of people take tamoxifen at night versus in the morning, but I thought with my stomach, it'd be better. And I thought, like, if I take it in the morning and, like, go to work and stuff, I'd be distracted. So I wouldn't think so much that I was taking it. I'm kind of over that at this point. Like, it's just like another pill I would take. I don't take a lot of pills, but, like, it was just like another thing to take, like a supplement or something. Anyway, but yeah, the hot flashes happen during the day now. They're not as, well, I guess they are as often. I can't count. I don't know. But I know, like, when I go to physical therapy, usually in the mornings before work, and I go still twice a week. And I'll have a tremendous hot flash when I get there at like 7:30 in the morning. And it's like I'm doing a 1 pound dumbbell. I'm doing a 1 pound weight, doing bicep curls, which is so, like, humiliating to, like, oh, 1 pound, woohoo! And I'm dripping with sweat by lifting a pound, which seems so silly, but it's not the pound that's making me sweat. Yeah, so comparing to my old body, like, yeah, my old boobs, I'm 50. My old boobs, yeah, they were saggy. And yes, as I look back, I noticed that not really weirdly for me, but probably not uncommon, is that I look at women's boobs all the time now. My own too. Like, I'll look back at pictures of what my boobs used to look like, because I don't remember. It was all so fast from diagnosis to surgery that I didn't have enough time to really focus on, like, what do my boobs look like, and getting that, like, my implants, like, yes, I look good right now. I'm not showing you from here down because you can see the indentations and the outline a little bit of my scarring. So I don't, like, wear light colors because of that. In a black tank top, like, it looks nice. I look like I'm thin, which I don't understand that. I look like I'm thin. I think because I grew an ass, that's why I gained so, because I go on the scale and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm still 15 pounds, almost 20 pounds more than I, like, usually am. And I know I see it in my face, but when I look at my abs, I'm like, in general, my abs look okay. And my torso, if I have a black tank top on, actually, I like how it looks if I'm wearing black. If I'm wearing a lighter color, I notice more like how differently my boobs fall. And it's like, I have to remember, what did they look like before? Like, yes, they were more saggy because I'm 50. But I could like have a great bra and kind of shove them into place. I can't shove these into anything. I mean, granted, they are a lot more, I mean, I could touch them, that's squealing, but if anything, my pain is mostly here, is really here. Like my boobs just feel heavy. They feel heavy and they feel tight. I never had expanders. I went straight to the implants after surgery. They felt that there was enough skin, but they just feel like they're pulling. And again, if you haven't seen other things, I did not have nipple sparing, a nipple sparing double mastectomy, which was fine. Like, let them go. I think it's kind of cool actually right now that I don't have nipples, because when it's cold outside, it has no impact on my boobs at all. So it's weird, and I don't have to make this decision now, but it's weird when I went back to my nipple grieving stuff, and that's just not there for me right now because I'm not with a partner. My head right now is in a place of, I don't have the energy to give to a partner right now. Like, I have to focus on me, and next comes my kids, and I don't have the energy that I would need to put into forming a partnership with someone. I just don't, and I wouldn't do that. Like, just date someone when I don't have the bandwidth to do that. I recently had to just say no to tutoring, which was really hard. I know I'm all over the place, but like, welcome to my vlogs. That's what they are. I tutor on the side. I used to be a math teacher, and I had an opportunity to tutor it again, and I was excited because it was stuff I enjoy, like a topic of math I enjoy doing. And I'm like, I'm having, there's a lot of catch up that I'm doing for my regular job right now. And I'm like, I can barely keep up with that. How would I add on another thing? And the money would be great. It'd be great. But it's just too much. It's just too much. And I have to balance out like money, health, sanity. And I had to say no, which sucked. Because I like tutoring, and that's the old me, and I'll get back to it, but it's just not now. So going back, comparison that like the old me, well, let me finish it with my boobs first of all, as to where I am right now. Like, I'm sweating, my armpits just feel like they're always sweating, but they don't smell as bad. So I don't know what that means in the healing of where my lymph nodes were. I don't know. I'm not even trying to understand it anymore. I'm just like, whatever, just let shit happen. If something's really bad, I'll reach out to my doctors, whatever. But yeah, so if I have sweat marks, I don't. But my, so the pain that I have, like underneath here, I'm still like, look, I can reach, woo. I'm still like very numb here, and I get that I might never have feeling out there again. What hurts the most, like pain wise, is like if I push on the side here, like that hurts. It feels like someone like beat me to a pulp in a bar fight or something, and that's healing. And I guess, because I wasn't really awake during surgery to know what happened, but that whatever was done with, that area and the lymph nodes and everything, and just the trauma of having the surgery, had great impact here. And I didn't know that was going to be a thing. My boobs themselves, if I look at myself without a shirt on, I'm like, okay, they don't look horrible. My right, the swelling has gone down a ton. I can clearly see my implant, like it starts like kind of right here, and I can see that, yes, I blatantly have implants and they don't look natural, and whatever, I'm here, so that's more important. But when I was going back to the pictures, it's interesting because like I look at my old boobs, and like a common thing that people complain about with implants post-mastectomy is over the muscle, I think more so than under the muscle, is when you're looking at yourself from the side, it's not like a smooth, like, okay, here's your boob. It's like, here's your skin, there's your boob. And I don't know if people look like that regardless. Like if you had a bra on and you were pushing up your boobs, it's like, is that what my boobs used to look like? Honestly, I don't even remember. I didn't analyze my boobs like that before I had surgery done to even know. I don't even care so much about that. What upsets me most, I guess, is that because of the way my scars are right now, my boobs don't seem to be centered. And I brought that up, like when I've purchased a V-neck bra from True & Co. It's comfortable. It's not underwire. Their bras are very comfortable. But when I put it on, it's like, here's the V, and then like, here's my boob. And, but, you know, I know that I just have to wait. It takes time, and I don't follow up with plastics until April. And even if something had to be tweaked, they wouldn't be doing it right now anyway, so I just have to wait and see. I mean, my boobs have changed quite a bit, so I just have to be patient, which I feel like that's where I am right now. My left side, not as sore, but again, it hurts. Like pain hurts here. To update you, how am I on time? To update you on physical therapy. So another place where I'm at right now is, you know, I'm 4 months out, so it's time to move on and let Jen like fly free. And being that I'm at the depression phase of grief, I am not ready to fly free. I have my days, and a lot of days, I used to cry for no reason at all. And I did that earlier today, which I can recognize that I'm crying for no reason because I can't think of anything. I just like start. And it's the week before my Lupron, and that always happens. So I know to expect that at this point. But when I look back and I'm like, you know, like right now, my Christmas tree is up. My son I have a fake one. My son put it up, but the top section, the lights aren't working. Thank God that that Laura sent me Christmas lights so I can put them up. I don't even know if she knew at the time that they weren't working, but I can fix that. But to fluff out the branches and to fluff out the branches and to put the garland on and put the ornaments on and all that, I'm like, it takes a lot of moving. And I had to balance out, like, what do I want to do today with the energy I have with my being able to move? I have no restrictions, and it hurts if I'm overdoing, so I have to be careful with what I'm doing. So I know that if I do my tree, it also means I'm probably not going to, you know, attempt to cook. I have to go grocery shopping today. You know, if I do the tree, I had to time very well when I would do my grocery shopping, because lifting the bags up the stairs is hard. I have to balance out like how much weight I have in each bag, and it's just, everything is new modifications, which I need to be happy that I'm here and happy that the surgery is done, whatever, but there's a lot. And then if you've been following the vlogs, I've had some kitchen issues. Anyway, my kitchen is now livable again, but I have to put everything back in the kitchen. And that requires cleaning everything that was taken out of the kitchen. That's a whole other debacle that I'm not going to get into. Fortunately, I seem to have normal neighbors now beneath me, so that should be helpful in my happiness where I live. But I'm looking at like, my bin of ornaments, my bin of outside light decorations to put up. My son's at his father's this weekend, and he's working anyway. My older son comes home this week from college, which is awesome. I'd love to have like my apartment Norman Rockwell's up before they get home. And I have to get that, like, I'm not being like, wow, I mean, the fact is I'm a single mom. It's me here. I can't do it all. I can't. And I have to acknowledge my body and what I can and can't do. I've got my 3 IKEA bags of like stuff to put away, and I've been wiping out counters and putting things away, but like there's so much that I can do. My enjoyment this morning was I did put, actually my son put the plates and mugs and stuff away, and I'm able to, usually I use a disposable cup in the morning because they're lighter, they're not as heavy. I don't know why I use this because it's one of my heaviest mugs. Um, but I was able to go in the cabinet and reach up and take this mug from the top shelf with my right hand, which was a huge, huge deal because that's like normal. And I haven't been able to do that since post-surgery, since August. Where am I with exercises? Like my left arm, they've been checking me at PT, but my left arm is pretty, I have to be careful here because I don't want you to see my scars. So I'm going to do this. But my left arm is like, you know, pretty much back to like relatively 100%. I need to get back to yoga to start like moving. Like I can do all this stuff. And I don't know if I have my armpits. I do notice, weird thing. I've heard, not frequently, but I've heard that some people lose their hair or their hair thins out with tamoxifen. I noticed that like I don't grow as much hair on my legs and my armpits since I've been on the meds, which is weird. The pain in the ass thing I've noticed is that my eyebrow hairs are thinning out a little bit. And maybe that's because I'm getting older. I don't know if that's because of the meds. So like I had an eyebrow pencil my eyebrow in the other day. And I'm like, I don't usually eyebrow pencil. My right arm. So here's the situation with my right arm. So I can go. All right, just give me a second here. The pulling that I feel is like right here. It's like super, super pulling. But, and when I do this and my boob moves, I don't want you to see the scar. When my boob moves up, it's like you're like reaching up and pulling like a 5-pound weight on your boob along with it. That's duct tape. So I feel that all in here. And I can go, I mean, this is pretty high and I don't have pain. It's just like really stretchy. And it's just a matter of I need to do my PT exercises every day to keep, I notice if I skip a day, I do absolutely feel more stiff and not as mobile. I am having shoulder issues. So I did have some slight shoulder issues before surgery. Nothing that really stopped me from doing things. Like I played tennis before, like I'd hit the ball hard and I would kayak and do things. And it wouldn't stop me from the stuff, but now it's stopping me from stuff. Like to put my hand behind my back, like if I were to put on a regular bra that clasps in the back, I can't do that yet. I can't reach my right hand behind there yet. And while my left hand, every test that they've done, I'm able like force wise to be able to, you know, push out in like whatever. My right arm is not able to do that as much. And they're thinking that like with the maneuvering with surgery that, or just the trauma of the surgery, that my right shoulder is just not happy about the whole thing. So they recommended I go to see an orthopedic person and have my shoulder checked out, perhaps have an MRI to see if there's anything like physically going on, you know, that would need to be taken care of. Like if there's some wearing away of something, I don't know. I'm not thrilled to have an MRI, but I'm certainly not going to wait on it either because PT has been phenomenal. I love the place where I go to Orthopedics Plus. They're fantastic. They're so wonderful. Aside from what they do, just them as people, it's been like my family. And they're just so motivating. And on Friday, she had me go into a cat-cow pose. Now, pre-Jen, comparison Jen, I love yoga. It's great for me. I'd like to continue to do that, but like, you know, part of the exercises I got from plastics, I know I'm not gonna, I need to go like this so you don't see my scars. But part of the exercise book from plastics was like you put your hands together and you go up and then you do a half moon. So I could do a half moon like with my left arm. I can't go really high enough to be able to do it with my right arm. So my left arm I can go up and I can go over and that's fine. But my right arm, like up is not really fully up and over is like, like I'm just moving things I haven't moved before and whatever. But she had me go in cat-cow, and I have not been in a position like all fours where my boobs are hanging. I don't sleep on my stomach yet. That was the first time that happened, and I was happy to say that it didn't hurt. It felt weird. I was even able to go back into a child's pose, not as far back as not as reaching out as far as I could. But it was nice that I can do those things, and I can see how much I need to stretch now. So they want me doing more, like going back to yoga, doing stuff on my own in the mornings just to keep myself stretchy because my body's just tightening up. And I need that not to happen. So I don't want to ramble all day, but like the comparison thing, comparison being the thief of joy, I haven't had a lot of joy lately. And I think it's part of why I haven't been vlogging. And, you know, the fake it till you make it thing, like, yeah, I'll that's why I have these, you know. Like I got this hat. Oh, it's on the bright side. Like, I'm not always on the bright side. I'd like to always be on the bright side. So I feel like the hat, hold on, with the earrings, like this will keep me on the bright side. Yeah, but you know, it's tough with acceptance of your new body and getting to that place of acceptance, past the stage of anger and bargaining and depression. But after depression comes acceptance. So I just have to acknowledge where I am right now and be happy with the things that I have. One last thing I'll leave you with is, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I signed up to get TheraBox boxes every month. I did that for a bit. I actually canceled my subscription because a lot of it's like, how much lip gloss can you possibly send me? I have enough lip gloss. But they sent a journal today, and it's not like it's a blank journal. There's like prompts in there of things. And, you know, gratitude, which I know I should be doing every day, and I don't. And one of the things they sent was a box of, it was like 30 days of gratitude, kind of like shifting the way that you're thinking. And I need to shift the way I'm thinking because I don't like being in this phase of this process at all. I don't like feeling that I'm at the mercy of COVID and all the restrictions. You know, I'm going to be safe and all that stuff, but it definitely is having an impact on me and my healing process, emotionally and physically. Anyway, so one of the cards said, it gives you something to do like every day. And the one that I looked at was stop trying to, like whatever one thing you've been trying to be good at for so long and you haven't been like as good as you want to be at, like just let it go. I think that's what it's on the other side, 30 days of just letting it go. And like also from Frozen, like that's me, let it go, let it go. I have to learn to let things go. And I've let a lot of things go and there's still things I need to let go. Crap, what the hell are they just saying? The cards. Oh, the things that you were like, something that you've been trying to be good at that you just haven't been good at, to let that go. And in its place, something that's like, you know, you've not ever done before, like try that instead and see how that goes. And it was recommended to me. There's a, I think it was through, I can't remember. I'd have to look. But there are survivorship groups, which I think would be a better fit for me than support groups. I found a survivorship group, and they do this Chinese painting thing. And like, that's exactly what I want to do. It's not about cancer. It's not about cancer. It's about painting. I'm not artsy fartsy at all. I'm a math person. I work on QuickBooks for my job. Like, you know, on charts and graphs and algebra and polynomials. And I would like to start painting. I don't know, I could suck at it, but like, I'd like to start painting. That was negative, but whatever. That's just where I am. I'd like to start painting and I want to join that group. And it's virtual right now, but you, from my understanding, I don't know how you get they probably tell you like what stuff you need and you just start painting and that's it. and you paint, they had like flowers or something that they were painting, and everyone looked different. And I'm like, that's what I need. Like once a month, I'll paint. I don't paint, but maybe it's time that I paint. Try something else, try something new, try something different. The other different thing I'm going to be doing, which I guess isn't super different, because I try to journal every day, but it doesn't work. My journals have become the vlogs. And I haven't been doing the vlogs because I don't, I want to make the vlogs public to help other people that are going through all this. But I need to help myself in other ways that aren't public. So that's why I have this thing. And I'm committed to writing in it every day. And I like that there's prompts in it, so I don't have to just like, ramble about certain things. And at least I only looked at the first 2 pages, but it goes, there's always a thing about gratitude. And I do very much so believe that, there's the power of your thoughts and how that affects your healing. There is, by the way, I fell asleep during it last night, but there is a movie on Amazon Prime, or it's an Amazon movie called Heal. And Bruce Lipton talks, but a bunch of people are on there, medical doctors, Deepak Chopra's on there, about the power of your thought and your mind and like your own control over your healing that's not based on medicine. I mean, yes, I'm going to still be taking my tamoxifen and a Lupron and all these other things that are doing what they're doing to my body. And me being negative and depressed is not helping with all of it. Balancing that, I also know that I need to be nurturing with myself that this is just the phase that I'm at right now. This is not where I'll be forever. This is just where I am right now. And I need to go through this phase to get to the stage or final phase of acceptance. And I honor that, like, I'm in this phase right now. I will do what I know to do to bring myself joy. There's my cuckoo clock. To bring, holy cow, it's noon. How long have I been talking? 37 minutes. Jeez. I, like yesterday, for example, I didn't want my birthday weekend to come and go, but then plans with friends just was not working. And like, I don't want to just be at home. So I drove to, the harbor. I'm from Boston. I drove to the harbor to go for a harbor walk. Harbor, or the harbor. I used to be from New York. I don't remember how to speak that way. Go to the harbor. Well, they don't call it a harbor. Whatever. So many ways to speak. And I walked along the water, and then I went into their little downtown, and they had a shop called Partridge. I think it was Partridge in a Pear Tree, and it was like Christmas heaven. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like exactly where I want to be. I don't want to leave this store. I don't want to leave the store. Like, there's Christmas music. It smells like Christmas even through your masks. And I bought like some super unique stuff. I bought this little tree thing that looked like a tree I had as a kid. And I bought, well, I don't want to get spoilers, but I bought some stuff for my kids, just super unique things. And it was just so cute and so perfect and exactly what I needed at the time. And it wasn't about anybody else. It was just about me. And then even though it's like December, there's a restaurant there that I love their lobster rolls. I used to hate lobster rolls. Most places I do. I've been to a place in Newport, Rhode Island, and I've been to Michael's Harborside. And Michael's has really good lobster roll, even if you don't like lobster roll. Like, I don't like lobster roll, and I don't get the whole point of the hot dog buns that are cut in the top. What are they called? I feel like they're called New England cut lobster or New England cut hot dogs. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, it's not like the regular cut that you flip open. It's when it's already cut on top and you just like split it. And I'm like, why would you buy that as a hot dog bun? But I get that, well, whatever. I don't know why you'd buy that as a hot dog bun. But the way they make it and the way their lobster meat is, I love their lobster roll. So after I went to my Norman Rockwell shop, I'm like, I don't want to go in there to eat. I was wearing like workout clothes, and I just wasn't in a place to eat by myself. I'm okay eating by myself in a restaurant, but like not last night. I just wasn't in a place to do that. And I ordered food and brought it home and ate it and watched that Heal thing and apparently fell asleep. And just like made it my night. and didn't let, you know, not my plans with friends not falling, like not happening. I didn't let that stop me. Did I compare to other people? Absolutely. I'm like, I'd like to be one of those, well, I'm not 70 yet, but I'd like to be one of those couples that when they're 70, they're walking together arm in arm, like to eat dinner together. Like, that's what I'd want, you know. Am I there right now? No. Will I be that right in that place? I really hope so, but now is not the time. Now is just not the time. I need to get myself together first. And my stomach's grumbling. So with that, it's like, holy cow, it's noon and I haven't had breakfast yet. So I'm going to go do that. And I actually feel good that I vlogged today. Yeah, and got stuff out there. I have been, one last thing I'll leave you with, Jen Rosenbaum. I've been following her on Instagram. Weirdly, the sole reason I was following, well, two reasons I was following her. One, she's from Long Island, and two, her scars look like mine. Almost, like hers, I haven't seen the most recent ones, but hers stopped, like they went from the outside and stopped like around where her nipples were. Mine like go the whole way through. I feel like hers now go the whole way through. I don't know. But I felt like physically, she's much thinner than I am, and she's like, she does her hair up for her vlogs. Not always, but I've been following her to, I don't know, I just felt like it resonated the most with me. So if you're watching this stuff, and I mean, her cancer was a bit ago, and you can see her, like she's got pictures of her topless, which again, I won't do. I still love that picture of me. I don't know why. I feel like I should put it up, but I'm not really ready to. That picture that all the social media things pulled down of, I had my hand, when I had my black nail polish on, and I had my hand over my boob, and my scar was sticking out a little bit. Maybe someday I'll get to that point. I still think it's a beautiful picture of me, of my boob and my hand and where I was at the time. But I can't put it up on social media. They keep pulling it down because it's pornographic. Really? No, it's not. But she has other pictures on there. So if you're going through this and you want to, you know, see pictures and feel empowered and feel like you're not alone, I found that her pages are not so negative. They're more informative and supportive. And I know I'm in no place to start a website. Like, I got stuff on my plate. I have to eat breakfast. But she is a great resource. And yeah, I'm just talking a lot. I need to go eat and drop as many of these today as I want to, even though I don't really feel angry today. And whatever I get done today, I get done today. I don't know. I'm happy I got this done and didn't like disappear from everywhere. I'm not disappearing. I'm just taking care of me. And yeah. So if I don't do a vlog before Christmas, Merry Christmas to those that celebrate. Happy Hanukkah for those that celebrated, because that's, I think, now over. Happy Kwanzaa, happy holidays, happy snow, all that stuff. And New Year's, who knows what I'll be like at New Year's? Oh my God, I'll be a crying mess. My kids are with their dad for New Year's. That'll be an interesting vlog if I do that, but we'll see. Whatever it is, it is. I'll take that as it comes. Every day as it comes. All right. Goodbye, my friends, and thanks for listening. And that's it. Take care of yourselves today. Bye.